Hi, y'all. Okay, I'm here.
I didn't eat an entire tub yet.
Yeah.
A
You
entire
ate the whole
tub
hot
of
tub?
what?
What?
Nope.
We're gonna eat the hot dog, yeah.
We're sharing a tub of ours.
Well, welcome in, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Appreciate you guys being here. This is
Oops.
Nope. This is going well, is what this is.
Again, I blame Palia. We should petition them.
Oh, I'm sitting on Scott, alright.
Fine. Everything's okay.
That's
Everything's
slightly
fine.
more appropriate.
This is fine. Oh my gosh.
I'm cuddling.
Alright, well, welcome in. This is Gamers in Hot Tubs Talking Nerd Life. And I am Bad Wolf Rose, better known as Rose. And wow, I can't talk this morning. Holy shit, I'm gonna restart that. Oh, yeah. Welcome in, guys. This is Gamers in Hot Tubs Talking Nerd Life. And we are recording live on Kick in Palia in a hot tub. And this is episode 3. My name is Kaylee, better known as Bad Wolf Rose, or Rose.
And I am Danny, better known as Plaid Baron.
And we are here today with our friends, Mama Samurai and Scoopy Twos. Welcome in, guys.
What up, what up?
Hello.
Would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
Sure. I am Scott, also known as Scooby Toos. And,
I am Mama Samurai, known as Sam.
we are both priority streamers, playing in the realm of Palia, fantasy style. I play a lot of FPS and survival games.
I play a lot of horror and cozy games, as I like to call it.
One extreme
Those
or
are
the
very
other.
similar.
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
Horror and cozy definitely go together.
They totally
That's
do.
absolutely the same audience.
Oh my gosh. My phone
So
just
how
died on
long
me,
ha-
so I can't see my format.
Oh no.
I apologize. So you gotta take it away for a second.
Okay.
Yay!
You know what?
Open format.
So, how long have you guys known each other? Because obviously you're married. So,
No.
like,
I like that.
no, I don't know what I know, but
They're
like
not
that.
married yet.
We have been together for a little over 9 months now.
Wow.
However, the story is a little bit more funny than that. Would you like to tell it, Sam?
No, you got it.
All right. So we met
These two are
using
adorable.
the interwebs. Facebook dating is going to be how we officially met.
I'm gonna swing us
However,
over
we
to our
matched on
hot
Tinder
tub
a while
view.
ago, and she ghosted
Couple
me
times.
3 times. And now that we are together, she is attached to my hip.
that's adorable.
It is. I love it.
So, all right. So you guys met, kind of sort of floated around each other for a little while. How did it all get locked in?
I'll let her go with this one.
Nope, you got it.
Why is it always me?
You're the one that moved it forward.
She's trying to escape, guys.
Just trying to run away here.
We just made her uncomfortable. She's like, I'm leaving.
It's bothering me that I wasn't in my own space.
We kind of matched on Facebook dating, and I was like, I know you somehow, and I couldn't remember exactly how. And then I was like, wait a minute, I definitely you ghosted me on Tinder more than once. So we just started chatting, just casual talk. Found out she played video games. It was about
Good
the same time that I
morning,
like
Channing. How
started
are
really
you?
getting into
Welcome
video
in,
games
dude.
again, as well. And
We are
then,
recording our
from there
third
we just
episode
kinda
of our
talked more and
podcast
more.
with our friends Scoopy
She kept
Twos
saying,
and
"We
Mama
want- I wanna hang
Samurai. So
out."
welcome
However,
in.
she never wanted to
We vibe
actually
in a
hang
hot
out.
tub in a game.
So 3 months goes by, and then finally I'm like, we hanging out or not?
I hope you're
She
having
was
a really
like,
good
No,
Sunday,
That's
Channing.
not how that went.
Is your
It's exactly
subathon
No, it's
craziness
not.
still going on?
So we had
Oh.
FaceTime for like, what was it, second and third time?
I'm super proud of our little like
And
trolley
he was
hot
trying
tub
to figure
thing.
out where the fuck I lived.
I'm testing out
And
the hot
I had my
tub
window open because it was cold and near a
category
train.
today,
He was like, "You
so
live near a
we'll see
train
how this
station."
goes.
So
I
he was
kind of
looking
want
up
like
train
random
stations
funny reactions.
in New Jersey. So he was like, "Is it this train station?" Like, and it was the correct one. I was like, "Shit." I was like, "Well, here's my address."
Wow. So he like
Yes, it's going still.
he like
I'm doing good,
triangulated your
though.
position
Enjoying some
based on the
coffee.
sound
Oh my
of
god.
the train and
I did not have
what,
time
like,
to make
the
coffee
location
this
of
morning.
the
I'm
sun
so
and the shadows
sad.
in your room in order to.
Yeah, so I'm really good at Call of Duty, and when we had the train in Verdansk, like it really got me situated for this relationship.
Oh my god. It's like an extra level of like stalker funny cuteness.
I was gonna say.
It wasn't
It
really
sounds
stalker,
very
it was
healthy.
Like, I gave him hints.
Oh my
She
god.
was giving me hints, and
I was
like,
like, "This is my street
Oh my god, I
address,
hate it
but
too,
don't tell anyone
Channing.
the
I
number."
am like half asleep.
Yeah.
I was up till like
promise
2
it's not
a.m.
a
playing
secret,
Cyberpunk because I couldn't sleep, so yeah. And we do
If it
this
was
super
for you,
early. It's only 9:30
Yeah.
for me.
I
so.
think you'd still be ghosting him at that point.
Yeah, you would be blocked.
For dance.
Although at what point
Man,
would
I
he actually
played
get the
Warzone
hint?
3 yesterday all day, and I've come to realize
second
I never
time.
want to play it again. Oh my god.
The second
I feel like a
time
lot
she
of people have
ghosted
been getting
me,
banned
I started
from Warzone.
wondering, like, maybe if I wasn't worth it. But
is
then
it
the
because of
third
all the
time I
bots
was like,
that
ah,
you wanna
nah, she's just
quit?
playing hard to get.
Well, he started sitting in my Twitch streams, and I could see who sits in my Twitch streams, because I would look and see who was in there. And he'd be sitting in there for hours, but not saying anything.
that's not entirely true.
Yes, it is.
It was like 15, 20 minutes.
No, it wasn't. It was hours. You would pop in every couple minutes.
Oh, he was obsessed.
Yes, it is, because I saw you.
She's yelling at me.
I saw him, so he's mine.
That's adorable.
Gentlemen, let this be a hint to all of you. Stay persistent.
It's fun being pursued as a woman. It's not fun when the boy ghosts you, and like stuff like this, I think personally is entertaining.
I think it kind of all depends on who is pursuing you.
That is
though,
true. That is
like-
extremely true. Because that level of stalker could be really weird.
Right. There's some levels of chase that are fun and
It's just not the
enjoyable, and there's some
same
levels of
as
chase that
Warzone
are like, I
1.
need to call the
As
police.
of right now, Fortnite and Apex are just
Well,
more
it's
enjoyable. Oh
funny
my god,
because I was telling my
I'm so
best friend
excited.
about
I really want to play Fortnite
TV
Lego.
and,
I can't get over what people are
I
building
said, "We're
in
gonna meet
Lego
soon," and I was like, I
Land.
can guarantee you, this man is going to be mine. Those are my exact words to her.
Oh my god, that's amazing. So it was like a mutual, like, obsession.
Oh yes, I was very obsessed before he even knew I was obsessed with him.
That's
I
hilarious.
wouldn't have known.
I mean, we gotta leave you curious.
That's fair.
And now I literally take up his entire bed.
It looks cool, but haven't tried it. I
You mean your
that's-
bed?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he gets like the corner on the edge
bed.
and
No,
none of the
okay.
blanket.
No.
That's what happened last night. You had the sheet.
I chose to use the sheet because it got hot.
Oh.
No, she likes to do this thing where she'll lay on her back and then
Oh my
put her
god, this
knee
is so adorable.
directly
This is
into
our
my
first time
thigh
doing a couple,
while
and I
taking up
fucking love this already.
95%
I'm
of
so
the bed.
excited. Oh my god,
Yeah,
have
but
to
my
wait
you
face
your
is
get a
itchy.
free chiropractic
Oh.
treatment out of it.
I've just been watching people
fair.
play
Yeah,
Channing,
that's a good point.
and then I saw a bunch of like 2-story houses that
Mind
people
you,
had
I'm
built on
unaware
Twitter
of what I'm
yesterday, and I
doing.
was like, what the
So I
fuck? I didn't
literally
think
wake
you
up
could
as a
build
goof
like
of-
that. And now I'm like, oh my god, I need to play because I love to build and gather, and I had no idea it was like
yeah. I mean, that just goes with the territory, though.
Yep.
So she says.
What?
You say yup, I say sleep.
that.
Yeah, but she makes the rules. Don't forget.
That's fair.
He's acting as if he doesn't literally pull me onto his side of the bed.
No, I definitely do. It's not your knees.
I told you I inherited that from my mother.
Same here. That's why I love Ark. Oh
Okay,
my
so
God.
obviously we got good
Channing.
chemistry going on here.
That was
Yes.
what I was playing last night.
so,
Was Ark.
so things are solid. Things
We
are good, and
started
y'all are
a
laughing,
private
and that's
server.
healthy,
Me and my husband.
and we love to see it.
If you ever want to play a PVE server, come find me.
Sweet. So
We only have 3
I
out
know
of 20
this isn't
spots
technically
filled
the
right
first
now.
topic, but what was the first game you two played together?
Destiny 2?
Oh my God!
Nice.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my God! I love that for you guys.
Like, he started playing it again, and he was, like, very
I
new late-ish.
I was 100% a new late. I had played the game once with another buddy of mine, and because I heard free to play
Do
game, and I
you
was like,
play
let's
Ark
go.
frequently,
So
Channing?
I downloaded it.
I've never
beat
played on a
most of
PvP
Witch Queen,
server.
And I was like, you
That
have to buy the
scares me.
expansion, and that's
Because
where
I
me and my
love
friend
to
fell
build,
off
and
like
we
a year.
like to tame and breed dinos.
And
So
then she was like, oh, I played
We just
Destiny
started
2, we
our
could play together, and I was
Ark
like,
server, I
yeah,
think, 2
mean,
weeks
He thought it
ago.
was a new light.
It's been a lot of
I'm
fun.
looking at new games to play. So then I bought every expansion pack and got it. I truthfully did get obsessed for a little bit. We played that game every single day.
It was used to be my comfort game.
And then like the second season of the new DLC came out, and I was just like, I'm good, I'm done. It
It's
just
so sad, because I spent so much money on that game.
There's so much content in that game.
there's so much content, but it's so much content hidden behind paywalls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Now it is.
My old roommate from college is actually Destiny.
I used to, but I've been
2's,
on the
like,
shooter kick right now,
environmental,
seeing as all the games I
art
play came out with
director, I think.
updates.
That's cool.
I mean, there's been a
Yeah.
lot of updates for shooter games.
You should tell
I used to
him
do PvP
lower
back in the day, but I wasted
environmental
so much
impact
time
by
building
having
up to
print
get
more money
rated.
to have
So I
to
went to
buy the
PvE to have more
expansion
fun.
pass.
That's yeah. I don't know how
Hey, he
people
only
play
does Ark, he
PvP
doesn't
because
do
like it would just
Impact.
like poof
Well,
like
any
day.
impacting
I don't know.
things
I don't
isn't
trust
art,
people.
so.
Mm.
Yeah, hidden
So-
messages.
I feel like
Yeah.
no matter what I would build or
You love that
fortify, like I would get my ass kicked. I just want to have dinos. I love dinos.
Oh no, I definitely love that for you guys. That is awesome, and it's great to see you guys have that connection.
Well,
Even
if you ever
it,
want to
like,
get back into it, I
wasn't
have a
what
server,
brought
and we have a lot of like
together, per
multipliers
se,
turned up,
the fact that you-
just so that you can
you were,
enjoy
like, right off
dinos
the
and
bat
building
able
a
to
little
have
bit
that kind of fun.
faster. You still got to build everything.
Really
you still got to
gotta go.
gather
It's definitely a
everything,
great
but
time being able to
XP and stuff
play
are
games,
multiplied.
just
I think
hang
3 to 5
out.
times, depending on what I
And-
You don't
did.
even have to be playing the same game.
Yeah, we don't even have like I
Like,
set up.
sometimes I literally just want to play a cozy game and he wants to play Warzone. I'm like, you can do that. I'll sit next to you, but I'm gonna play Fake Art.
Yeah, our computer and streaming setups are quite literally next to each other.
I love that when I watch you, Scoopy, I can see her sitting like behind you or beside you. It's adorable, and then she can like lean back and wave at me. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, Rose says hi. I'm like,
Yeah, we like to
And I'll,
play
like, lean
boosted
all the way back,
servers
and I'm
after
like,
being
"She's
drained from
away."
official. Yeah. Whenever we started playing with our friend, his brother was a stickler for rules.
I think I'm.
and we had to like push
I
and
think
poke
I'm now
to like
following
boost the
both you
server.
guys on Kick.
But I gotta get
I don't
going. Get
Or I
ready.
was
Have a great
already.
rest of the
Trying
cast.
to,
Oh, thank you so much. Oh my
try and
god,
spell it
that
out.
Umbreon is so fucking cute. I hope you have a really lovely Sunday. Thank you for stopping by, dude. I
Are you
appreciate
more active
you.
on Twitch?
Come find me if you want to play
I
Ark.
used to
Seriously.
be, but
Mm, mm, mm.
after certain circumstances, I took a long break.
Umbreon's my fave. I gotta buy my onesie.
And now, like,
I gotta buy my
viewership
onesie.
isn't
Yours
the
is so
same
fucking
anymore.
cute.
Mm. Yeah, Twitch is
Danny's gonna kill me.
getting pretty interesting the last few days.
Oh, what happened?
Oh, well, so essentially, they're kind of allowing porn now.
Oh yeah, that like soft.
Did you see Twitch?
Yeah.
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 What?
It's
So-
I don't know if you've seen the videos of it, but it's basically like girls that are topless, and the video cuts off just above maximum boobage.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like
Like you just
it's
can't
like
see their
the-
nipples. Like that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It is the most amount of cleavage you could possibly have before you get banned. But what's real interesting about that is that if you're a VTuber and you have an avatar that shows the same amount of cleavage, your stream gets shut down.
What?
Uh-huh.
That is interesting. No, I saw that video where that guy, he should get in trouble too because he was streaming her stream without permission.
Oh, I saw that one.
But yeah, she was like lifting her arms up and like dancing, and like, yeah, it looked like it would be like, yeah, if she bounced just a little bit more, it'd be a nipple slip.
That's wild.
Yeah.
The entire internet is becoming adults only, and
It
like
kind of
on
is.
on the one hand, it sort of makes sense to do it that way because the internet has been just degenerate for I don't know how long. But on the other hand, I've been on the internet since I was 8, and I'm 36 now.
I
And
started around the same time, maybe.
yeah, it's just like I don't know. I grew up in a different internet when it wasn't quite so disgusting.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm a little bit younger. I'm 27, but the internet that I remember was you logged on to AOL, you spent 15 minutes letting it boot up for your parents to yell at you saying, "Get off the internet, I need to use the phone."
Yep.
So, and then if you needed to Google something, you asked Jeeves.
Oh yeah, Ask Jeeves,
Oh my
Lycos,
god, I forgot
Alta
about
Vista.
that. Holy shit.
I was a
Like,
Lycos
YouTube
guy.
wasn't a thing. Google wasn't fully a thing yet.
Nope.
YouTube's been a thing since 2008.
I don't remember when YouTube came
2007,
out.
2008.
Wait, did you
somewhere
say
around there.
Yahoo?
Yeah.
Oh, Yahoo.
Yahoo was forever.
Yahoo
a
is
thing.
now just fantasy football.
Oh my
and
god, is it?
That's basically
But-
like it's like a news aggregator and fantasy football
I
site
haven't
now.
searched that in forever, but I just remember the like. Wasn't there something? Was it a commercial or? I don't know what it was back in the day, but I just all I can think of is Yahoo.
Oh
no,
yeah.
you're right. That's it.
Okay. I don't know
No,
what it was
it's,
from.
Company still exists somehow, but
The internet changing in the way that it is with adult content,
As we
being
all
what's
age
being pushed,
ourselves
and
here.
I don't mean, nudity as adult content. I mean like anything that could be rated R. I mean, I go on Twitter and I don't even follow these accounts. The next thing I see is like the page is named "Did You Die?" and it's
Oh my
like
God, yeah.
major accidents or like workplace accidents or violent crimes. A call on CCTV just being displayed for the world to see. I'm like, how is this even allowed? But
For
it's
preventative reasons?
yeah. I mean, that's the blanket they're putting it under. But the truth is it's for entertainment purposes.
Right.
Everyone wants to see what they can't see every day, even if it's something that's absolutely terrible.
Well, and as long as it has shock value.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that
As long as
that
it-
brings. Go ahead. Sorry.
as long as it has shock value and it's different from, what is visible to a person every other day, because, let's face it, we're mostly just staring at screens these days anyway. People really do need to go touch grass a whole lot more often, but I have noticed like comment sections from the beginning. Comment sections have been bad.
Yeah.
They're entertaining.
Gotten even worse lately.
It's gotten a lot worse.
It is so weird. Just I don't quite understand what's going on. Like whether it's 12-year-olds who have never grown up in a world without the internet, or it's actual adults who just no longer give a crap about any sort of decorum or manners or anything, and they just they're too burned out from what the world's turned into in the last 5 years that they kind of figure like burn down the forest, cause some
So,
chaos.
I actually just recently did a report on this. So I'm in school for nursing. I just finished up my my first semester, and part of one of my allied healths was actually a part of sociology.
such
and it
an
was the
interesting
effect on
topic.
the internet and the screen.
But it's so like
And
relevant.
basically, what the article and
Because the internet has
the
changed a
review
ton.
goes into talking about is that it's not so much of kids growing up on the internet. which definitely has a part in it. You know, the kids of today, or even yesteryear, anxiety is more common. Phone anxiety is more common. The inability to communicate properly, face to face, and it's because everyone's used to doing it behind a computer screen or through a screen name or email and stuff like that, which is fine. You know, I'm not that. You know, that's if that's the way that society is going, then awesome. You know, effective communication happens very many ways, but the toxicity comes in with the fact of no reprimand. Because how do you reprimand Mama Samurai? You don't know who that person is. You know, if you've never seen their face besides like a Twitch stream, then how do you reprimand that person in society other than saying you're canceled, blank avatar? So it's a little difficult. There's not that essence of, oh, you just said that, you're punished. Now, granted, there's always outliers of that. You know, people can very easily find out who you are if you're not, careful of hiding your information. But for the general list of it, I mean, look at Call of Duty voice chats. I mean, how are you gonna reprimand these people other than saying you're banned from using the voice chat? Like, it's stuff like that didn't happen in
My game says Dreamlight
in society before.
What?
The
No, it
internet
does
ran
not.
with it. At least not as openly.
So there's something like the way I've been putting it lately is that until the internet, and especially until social media, we all operated a little more tribally rather than globally. And now that we're operating
Mama
globally,
Sam,
we
that's
see how
weird.
these other
Thank you.
tribes are operating, and we go, nope, war.
Somebody did that to me. That's
Yeah,
weird.
which
And
is interesting because we should do the opposite. You know, we now, and I say this all the time when someone asks me a question. I was like,
I
"Why
had
you
it
ask
as a
me?
hot
You gotta-
tub stream."
You literally have the power of the world in your pocket. Like, you have a supercomputer that can answer every single one of your questions."
Because I like hearing your voice.
That's fair. But it's like, instead of hating each other, we should, embrace those cultural differences and whatnot. You know, when you break it down to DNA, and this is a true statistic, we are 99.7% the same, you and I.
Yep. And there's even like weasels that were like 99.6 or 5% the same.
Sharks.
What?
Believe it or
Shark,
not,
yeah.
we are 99.4% the same DNA as a great white shark.
You guys are dropping some knowledge today that I had no idea. That's crazy.
Scooby has a lot of knowledge.
Everything, every living creature on this planet, essentially can be traced back to the last extinction event or even the one before that. The asteroid wiped out 99% of living creatures on the planet, say, that ended with dinosaurs. And then, whatever was left after that wasn't much. So it stands to reason that, everything branched off from these last few remaining critters, and, evolution took hold at that point and such. If you're the type to believe in theories of evolution, which I am, but I'm also willing to believe that changes in evolution are just patches to God's programming. Is how I see it. But I'm a game developer, so I think of everything in terms of code.
I'm sorry. The DNA shared between a human and a shark is 80%. But
80%,
it's 60
okay.
to a banana.
Wait,
Fun
banana?
fact for you there. Yeah.
Speaking of which, I've
DNA
got-
shares-
Speaking of which, I've got like 3 rotting bananas downstairs that are gonna make some amazing banana bread today.
Banana
Banana
bread.
bread at work, bro?
Oh, that sounds
Hell
good.
yeah.
You better be adding chocolate chips and vanilla to it.
Can we
Facts.
sure?
I do have chocolate chips. I've got vanilla extract. So,
Mm-hmm. It's so
That sounds
good.
oh, I've even got walnuts.
Ooh. Oh my god. I wanted to touch back on how you were talking about like we could cancel people and things like that, and it's also super easy for us to ban people from things, but then on the other hand, it's easy for people to make another account and have another
Yeah.
name and come back. I was in BB Jess's stream one night, and there was some kid that she knew was super young, and she's like, "Oh, no mods, like give him a second, let him talk." And then she's like, "Nope, ban him." And then he comes back as like another person, and she knew exactly who it was because of what they were saying to her. And so he's made multiple accounts multiple times, but he's underage. And it's crazy that like I don't know, the internet footprint, like you can't really erase somebody from it or stop people from trolling and doing what they do.
Yep. Nope. It's all about persistence, right? If
Yeah.
a person really wants to be that way, they're gonna be that way no matter what you do or what you say. It doesn't matter how many times you ban them; they can continue. And unless you're like a game developer and can ban their IP address, but like
Yeah.
VPN.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Like there's ways around
even
it.
game developers are just you know everything a game developer can do is still reactive rather than proactive. So for instance, there's this guy Thor runs a YouTube and Twitch channel, Pirate Software, that has exploded in the last couple months from 15,000 followers to 900,000 followers.
Good for him.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he's taking off.
That was crazy.
But he used to be a security specialist at Blizzard. And he explains that what they would do on WoW is they would let the bots basically go wild for 6 months. And yeah, you deal with the player reports and complaints and such, but then when those 6 months run up, they would just instantly ban 2 million accounts. And then what happens is all those accounts using the bot software and whatnot would instantly charge back to the company that made that software in the first place, which would instantly put them out of business.
Damn.
You know, that is a very interesting thing. So my background, besides going to nursing, is retail, and I've
That
worked
is a
retail
long
management
con
and
for
kind of like
WoW.
the similar concept.
Not that it's a
to
con, but still
right?
kind of is.
Cheating, you're cheating something.
Taking out a
theft,
company,
you're cheating
even
as
though it's a
well.
bot company.
What we would do in the LP world, and for anyone listening, this might be good knowledge for you to not do this. Walmart, Lowe's, Home Depot, any of those big box stores, if you're stealing from them, there is a 98% chance that they know you're stealing from them if you do it repeatedly. And they choose not to
They
do anything about it.
They know.
The reason for this is because their camera systems, their CCTVs are so good that they can literally see the fine print on a dollar bill. And they do. We've checked dollar bills that were fake
That's
at
crazy.
the cash register using a camera that's all the way on the roof. But what they do is they record you on every single store you go into until you rack up an amount of theft that is felony theft. And then as you're leaving the store, they have you arrested after you hit that certain amount. And then you're screwed for life, because now it's not petty, like it's not petty theft, it's not a misdemeanor, it's felony, and you're done.
And you're banned from Walmart forever.
Oh, you're banned from Walmart. I've seen it happen. I've been behind it when I worked at Lowe's. Like this person habitually came in and would steal generators and DeWalt drill guns
Oh
and
my
whatnot.
God.
We would just let them walk out. So, people think they're getting away with it, but we're just waiting. Those type of companies have so much money and so much insurance that it's like, go ahead, do it. We're gonna get you in the long run, and they do.
Yeah, that's what I had a friend growing up that he stole DVDs from Walmart for years, and then finally they arrested him. And like he thought he got away with it for so long, but I mean, imagine stealing DVDs. It would take a long time to rack up money.
Yeah.
Well, now-
nope,
Oh
that's
my god, that's hilarious. That makes so much more sense now. Wow, thanks for
Now
like solving a piece of my
California-
childhood.
So California now has their new law in place where no individual robbery under $900 will be prosecuted, and stores are just being looted like crazy out
What?
there. And so you see, like, not only a lot of small businesses shutting down in California because they're just getting ransacked every single day, but even huge
That's
stores
crazy.
like
That's a big
Whole
amount of
Foods
money.
are like, yeah, we're Whole Foods like has closed down somewhere between 1 and 4 stores in California in the last few months, and everybody's just leaving because they're like, we can't handle this even from an insurance standpoint. It's one thing if somebody comes in, once a week, takes something and leaves, and you're slowly racking up a case against them. But if everybody's walking in, taking every television in the store, or doing 4 months worth of grocery shopping and just walking out without being prosecuted, you can't keep track of that many people at once. I mean, that's kind of insane.
Yeah, no, that CC, like I said, there's always outliers to the rule, right? And that is definitely one of them. California has some really interesting laws
They
that
do.
just don't help.
No, they really don't.
Well, they think that they're, I don't know. I feel like they think that they're progressive, but sometimes they're a little too far off that edge.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm all for progressive,
Mhm.
but like, wow,
I agree.
that's kind of wild.
That's a lot of money.
that's not progressive right there. That's
Hi,
just
Tex. Got you up. We do our
That's just
thing.
anarchy,
Much love.
is
Welcome
what
in,
that is.
I
Tex.
wonder
I
what the
appreciate you
reason
being
behind
here. I hope you're having a good Sunday,
why
dude.
did they let that be a thing?
Oh shit.
I don't know.
I gotta be right back. I got a phone call. I'm really sorry.
Okay, no problem. I really don't know the story behind this. I feel like they thought they were being, more generous to turn a blind eye. But also, $900 is not any of that.
No,
You're getting like you're getting like 3 HD TVs, probably like 30 inches. You're getting 3 to 4 months worth of food. You're getting a gaming PC. You're getting serious bang for your buck, for lack of $100. That's a lot of stuff, and the state is just turning a blind eye to that. And the thing is, remember, that's an individual robbery, so you could hit one store for $899 worth of stuff, and then you load that into your car, and then you go to another store for $899 worth of stuff. And I'm just sitting here like, I wonder if I could find somebody in California to just find stuff and then just eBay it together. I go down with them, yeah. Yeah. I don't know what it is in MA, but I assume it's around the same. Must be Oh, we're low. We take things pretty seriously here. I respect it. Yeah, we had a really great fall this year. My friend got married out in Harvard, and it was out there, so right at the end of October. So there was a nice combination of colors on a cloudy day, but like not too cloudy, but there was like some clouds and cloudy days.
Okay.
One of my
Now
Really
we back.
nice.
One of my all-time favorite spots to visit is there's a plate movement like a little bit north of Harvard that like overlooks everything over there. I forget what the name of the cliff is, but you could drive up it and you can literally just see for miles. If you look to your right, there's like a covered bridge. and then like in the fall time, it's just so pretty.
It's gorgeous. It's
What am I
it,
naming this?
I live in a pretty state.
Guys, I'm sorry about that, but I'm back.
No worries. No worries. We've been talking eBay conspiracies.
Oh my god, that's funny. Should we dive into our first topic?
Yes, I think so.
Our first actual topic? Shall I go first?
Sure, yeah. And don't worry, I'll cut all the conspiracy talk out of the final recording.
I mean, some of it might be entertaining.
Yeah.
I'll leave a little bit of it, but I won't leave the bit about me being like, I need to find someone out in Cali to steal stuff
Yeah,
from me.
definitely don't put that in there.
Oh my god, that's
Hey,
like
FBI, we call that a joke.
Yeah.
no one is listening. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Well, the dogs are barking shit. Oh my god. Sorry, my phone call was my husband telling me that he was coming home early, and I swear if that's him walking the door, that's really funny.
That is hilarious.
Like 5 minutes
Watch,
before you
not
walk in the
him
door.
walking in the door.
That would be an issue.
Or yeah.
That would be a big issue. Although my door is locked and you gotta have a fob to get in it, so it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
You're
Also,
good.
Sombra will absolutely destroy somebody that is not my husband. So, okay. And on to our first topic. I know we kind of touched on the first game you guys played together, but what is your first game or games that you played, and how did they leave a impact on you in your life?
I'm gonna let Sam go first on this one.
I love this topic. This topic is
So-
really great.
My oldest sister, she's like 38 years old, so we have a pretty big age gap. And I used
this
to
is
sit
similar
in
to
her
my
bedroom with
story.
her and watch her play Halo.
Oh, Halo.
And she would give me a fake controller so I could feel like I was playing with her.
Oh my
You're
gosh.
doing so good. I'm like, I'm killing everybody. And it was her the whole time.
No.
So that's kind of like what started in
That's
my
adorable.
gaming era, I guess.
She didn't even let you join in as player 2?
No,
What?
I was like super young.
What is the age gap between you guys, if I can ask?
So I'm 24 and she is 38.
Okay, oh, holy shit. Okay, me and my brother are 11 years apart, so that's very similar. It's like a whole
Yeah.
generation.
My
my
sister and
mom
I are
had
only
me
like
there
3
4
years
years ago.
apart, so I can't even imagine.
Oh. Yeah. But she kind of started my love for gaming.
Just passively.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And my first game that I ever played, mine. When I say this, I was born in '96. The game that I ever first played was made in '97. It was called Redneck Rampage.
Oh,
What?
hell yeah, Redneck Rampage.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
God,
Is it
I
a shooting
remember-
game?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I
Yeah.
remember. I never owned it, but I remember seeing that
Never heard of this
that
game.
box on the shelf
This again
forever
is why
at
I love
CompUSA and
doing our
Micro Center back
podcast
in
and
the
learning
day.
about games
Just
and
all
our
the time.
friends and other streamers
So
and gamers.
That
This is
game,
great.
Serious Sam, the first encounter,
Mhm.
the original Far Cries where you were fighting mutant aliens. Like those are some of the first games that I played. There was like this mech one, and it was all for like Windows 97.
Yep.
And then Vista that I would play with my dad. Actually, I was like 5 or 6 playing these games after
Oh
I
my
would get done
gosh.
helping my dad build houses. We would come home and hop on the computer and just do that. So, and then from there, when I moved, when I was like 7 or 8, my next door neighbor had an Xbox. So similar to Sam, it was Halo. And then I stopped playing games for a very long time after that. I just didn't find enjoyment with sitting inside. I would actually go outside and, you know, skateboard and mess around with quads and stuff like that. Until I was like 16.
See, growing up, I was kind of different than Scott. I'm very socially awkward sometimes, very anxious, so I stayed inside and I played video games. My mom actually signed me up for cheerleading without my knowledge to try and get me out of the house.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Then we talk about being something that like puts you at the center of attention or makes you be extremely social.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But I ended up loving it, but I still love my video games. And my sister, another game that me and my sister used to play all the time was Lollipop Chainsaw.
Such a good
Oh
game.
my god. I feel like didn't that come up with
Yes.
Shohei?
No,
No.
Lollipop Chainsaw came up in one of your streams with one of your friends,
Oh my god.
but I
that's
don't know who
right.
it was, and they were like super excited
Oh.
because it's coming back out or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
there's like a
remaking it.
remake
Yeah.
coming out.
Oh my god. I had never heard of that until I heard your friend talk about it, and I was like, what the fuck is that?
It's
Everything
actually
is-
so fun, and like one year I almost went as her for Halloween.
Aw, that's badass. I will also be right back.
Have fun.
Oh my gosh. It's crazy to like hear your story, Sam, because I was kind of like that too. Like I'm very antisocial and I would rather
I'm
be
so
like
antisocial.
inside hanging out online with friends playing a
Yes,
game.
that's what I do. But I also like to like be alone, I guess.
Yep. I like to sit and play my Switch and not worry
Yep.
about anything or anybody or the world, and it's great. And I definitely like I was forced to go outside and play with my friends.
I
And
didn't
like
have friends. That was my thing.
oh, the
I
cul-de-sac.
lost all of my friends.
We lived in a cul-de-sac, so it was kind of like you guys. Oh, like you guys all live super close together, go outside and play. Like we were like forced.
I was bullied in school,
Oh,
so I was
no.
also fucking. I was homeschooled.
I don't mean to laugh. I'm so sorry. It's just the way you said it.
Oh, I would always wanted to be homeschooled, which I know that that wasn't always the answer to everything.
Well, I would get like this thing of like pure panic when I would walk into my school,
Oh,
where I would like feel like I was gonna actually throw up, and I felt like the walls were moving in on me. Pumpkins barking. Yeah, from like middle school to like right after my freshman year of high school, school was really difficult for me.
It's just so interesting. Like, I obviously adore the shit out of Sam, right? And we are, in my opinion, I think that we are like an awesome match.
you guys are.
But
I think
we
you are.
But we are so incredibly different to the core. It actually like drives me like it doesn't drive me insane. It's insane to think about because while she is like super introverted and like likes to be at home and playing video games and whatnot, I don't stream because I enjoy games. I stream because, or sorry, I play games because I enjoy streaming. It's the exact opposite for me than most people because I enjoy that interaction. I enjoy that personality and that whatnot. But if I didn't stream ever again, like as much as I enjoy it, I'd be okay with that because I always like I would rather be outside than in my bedroom. I like hanging out with my friends and meeting new people or snowboarding or just, you know, in general, just being around groups of people. I am 100% an extrovert. Like, there's not even the slightest bit of introvert in me at any given time. Even when I want to be alone, I want to be around people.
And you sound super sociable. Like you're very talkative and like want to interact and things like that.
My social meter tends to run out,
Yeah.
and that's just because I have a good handful of mental illnesses considering my mom had me in her 40s. They told her that was gonna
Wow.
happen. So, like, my social meter is very low. Sometimes I literally just need to stay home because I'll go into like panic mode, or if there's too much sound, I'll get overstimulated, and I'm like, I need to go into a different room.
Mm.
And my brain just tells me to panic when there's nothing actually wrong.
Yeah, but it sounds like you have learned to understand that that's going on, which is a really
Yeah,
good thing.
if you were to ever talk to my mom, she would tell you how much I've changed since I was in middle school.
Well, that's such a hard time for anybody, like, in their life. Like, you're trying to figure out who you are, and you're emotional, and there's stupid hormones, and, you know, minus all of that other stuff that you have going on, too. So I can't imagine how that was going through that, but I don't know.
Well, it wasn't even that. It was like the bullying on top of it. Like this one thing that stuck with me all these years, even from elementary school, was this one kid told me I had to go on Weight Watchers.
Oh my
Middle
gosh.
school bullying is the worst.
It is the worst.
And like,
Like-
that just sent me spiraling to the point
12
where I
to
actually started
14-year-olds.
an eating disorder.
12 to 14-year-olds are just awful.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put it out there.
They think
I'm
they
gonna
know
make that
everything.
generalization. They're far too aware of like themselves and the world at that point, but they still don't understand enough to like not be a dick, which kind of brings us back to the comment sections.
Yeah.
like literally they bring that attitude with them everywhere they go.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
so it's like they're still kids, but they're, you know, grown up, but they're not grown up.
They are not grown up.
They are not grown up at all. It's bad. So I was gonna say, Sam, I'm pretty similar to you in that I have a social meter that runs out pretty quickly. But with me, it's more like I'll go out and I'm jazzed up, and I'll start out like Scott, and I'm jazzed up and I'm ready to, you know, talk with people and schmooze and such. A couple hours will go by and I go, and I'm ready for bed.
Yep.
Because I am in my mid-30s and to hell with all of you.
Yeah.
Well, the way I like to explain that is like, oh God, why? Like I feel that way too, but I always explain to people I'm an introvert and an extrovert, but like
Yeah, I'm
I
kinda
have
the
to
same, and Scott's actually seen that.
Yep. Like you have two cups, and like when one is empty, you have to fill the other one by doing other things. So like if my
Yep.
social cup is empty, I need to go home and shut myself in a room and relax.
Yeah.
You know.
Spoon theory.
Yeah, spoon days.
Yeah.
Good and bad spoon days, yeah. Or low spoon days.
Yeah, that's the easiest way when I explain, you know, that type of thing to people. I use the spoons. If you get rid of all your spoons, you're screwed.
Yep.
No, you gotta keep managed. See, but my thing is,
when you
that
go to bed.
I just make more spoons. I could just keep going. It's like it's actually kind of annoying. Where it's like everyone around me is like done, and I'm like I can literally go do something else. I'm good. But then don't get me wrong. I do have those days where I'm just like I don't care about any of you. I'm chilling at home. And it's not so much that I don't want to be around people. It's like certain people just their energy is even too much for me.
Yep.
Like,
There's just some people that are just draining.
Yeah, there's always a bigger fish, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, when I first learned about the spoon thing, it was explained to me as like mental health and things like that.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize that it was originally made for people that deal with pain, like chronic pain. And it, like, if you Google it and you read information about it, it talks about people having like very low spoon days when they have extremely high pain and can't function. But people have turned it into more of a mental health thing as well. Which it is an
Yeah.
easy way to explain, like, oh, I'm just having a low spoon day, instead of saying, you know, like, oh, I'm just not in a really good headspace, or today's a really bad day. Like, spoons are very simple and easy
Well,
and not as
For
overwhelming.
example, my work schedule's starting to pick up, and this week I literally have one day off.
Oof.
It's yeah. So I
Holy
had
crap.
asked Scott if we could stay home today.
One
and
day
do
off is
nothing because
really
I know
hard.
this week I'm gonna be doing a lot of running. Christmas is coming. I have to do shopping. It's the first Christmas without my father. So like everything is a little more heavy than it usually is. So I'm trying to give myself that time to veg out and to like bring myself back down to reality.
Yeah, but that's smart. Like, you're aware that this time's going to be hard and your work schedule's going to be crazy. And oh my God, I'm sorry. The first of everything after stuff like that goes on is very hard.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But I'm proud of you for preparing yourself.
She'll
Yeah,
get through it.
I've learned that, but there's one thing with there's this thing that my ex had instilled in me was he did things without me, so I have FOMO.
Oh, yeah.
So I like to be involved, but sometimes my social battery is just so low, I can't.
Murdoch, happy Sunday. Welcome in. How are you doing, dude? We are recording
I get
our
that.
third episode for our podcast.
I definitely get that. Like, I
we are
haven't
gamers and
been,
hot tubs talking nerd life.
to
And we
PAX East
have
in the last couple years,
a lovely
for
couple with us
instance,
today, Mama
and
Samurai and Scoopy Twos.
which felt really weird because
I'm doing
for
good. It's a really
years
good
I was going
day.
there to show off games or give a talk or
I've been dealing with some
anything.
like stupid back pain
And now,
over the last
when a
couple
convention
weeks,
happens,
but,
I'm like, well,
today's a really good
my
day.
social battery
So
is pretty
thank you
much
for asking.
permanently
I'm glad to hear
drained.
you're doing good
but
too. Do you
part
have
of
any
me
fun
still wants to
plans
be
today,
there.
Murdoch?
Right.
And definitely feel like I'm missing out on, an important industry event and such, but it's, yeah.
I just like to be
It's
involved
tough to keep
and
up
not
with
forgotten.
life. Yeah. You know what it is? I like to.
Just gonna hang out with the
I'm
family
that
today.
kind of person
Oh, nice.
that likes to
So I
be
hope you have a really
invited
good
to
family
things
day.
Yes.
and
It's our
be
like
given the opportunity to say
dating
no.
anniversary.
Most of the
So
time I
we're gonna
won't say no,
hopefully
but
go
if I
get some
do,
lunch
it's
after
because I'm in a really
this.
bad headspace.
My husband had to
You
go
know,
work. We
I
got off
can give you
early,
guys
so
a different
I'm
perspective
very
on
excited that we'll have
situation
time.
as well,
Hi, Gameplay
'cause
Boy, welcome
agree with
in.
both-
I
with
appreciate
what
you
you guys
being
are saying.
here.
I
I
have
hope you're having a
friend
good
who's
Sun.
like that, and
Ooh,
he
excuse
is
me, a good
probably one of
Sunday.
my best friends. He actually
Aw,
he is the
thank you,
only person I
Murdoch.
have a matching tattoo
Yeah, we
with,
usually
and I
we
see
don't do
him a
anything
total
crazy for
3
it,
times
but
a year. If it's any
we
more
like to
than
keep
that,
track of it.
something's wrong.
So we like to have like lunch or
And
dinner and get a little
he's
dolled
the
up
same way,
for it. Oh my God,
where
excuse me.
I know he's gonna
I've been
say
drinking
no.
sparkling water
I'm
and now,
100%
yeah,
positive
it's great.
that everything I invite him to, unless he asks me to do it, he is going to find a reason to decline. However, I
That's
still
funny. If I
invite
don't keep
him
track of our
because
dating
I know
anniversary, I
that
feel like
he'll
I
get
lose track of
upset
how long
if he
we've been
doesn't.
together.
Now, the opposite's also true, right? Where it's like, oh,
So it's
I
fun
get
to
really
celebrate.
excited to do this. Let me hit up this person. And then they tell me
Murdoch,
no.
do you
It's
have
like, man,
kids?
why do I continue even to ask if I know the answer? So there's a
I feel like it's nice to
There's a
have Sunday
line-
with your family.
that I kind of had to draw in the sand where it's if it has a possibility of him saying yes greater than 2%.
We've been talking about a
I'm
bunch of
gonna
things
ask.
this
If
morning, and
it's
we've been
something that
through
doesn't
our
have
first
anything to do
topic,
with any of
and
his hobbies that I
we've been
knew
touching
at
on
that
some
given
mental
time,
health with
I don't
games
bother,
and
and
like
it's
our
kind of like
social
a don't ask,
batteries
don't
this
tell thing.
morning.
So it's for the person constantly doing the inviting and then hearing the no, it does kind of like weigh on their soul a little
I do.
bit.
I have
But
three,
even
2 girls,
then,
1 boy. Oh,
choose me
nice.
as
So you
an
got a little bit of
example.
Oh, you go
both.
everywhere.
He'll ask me to do
That's
something. I'm like, yeah.
awesome. What's their age range? Now I'm curious,
I rarely
Murdoch.
ever
Sorry,
say
I
no.
love getting to know people. If I ask too
If
many
my
questions
battery's
or you
low
don't want to
that
answer,
day,
it's okay.
I will let him know in advance. Like maybe my energy won't be as.
I just like to get to know you guys while you're
know,
hanging out in that
high.
chat.
Like for an example, we had a Halloween party at a friend's house, and I was like this vibrant, talkative, energetic, and then like people were like, I've never seen that side of her before, and Scott's like, that's what I get to see most
7,
of the
6,
time.
and 3. Oh, I don't have any kiddos. We just have 2 doggies.
Just an
Those sound
interesting
like some
perspective.
fun age range.
Yeah. I can definitely see that.
3 seems
But
like a
I do
lot to
love
me
my
because we don't have any, but we have
is
2
great.
doggies. One of them's 5 and one's a year old. And like, God, they're so crazy.
So he does
It's hard to keep up with them, but they're
sporadic
super
stuff. It's
sweet
just-
and cute and
it
fun to
has
have
be
around.
Very niche,
I can't imagine them as being like kids to a certain degree, but
which apparently flying.
I don't take them everywhere
across
with
the
me.
country to go see a band for 3 days is very niche.
You probably
It's certainly a
needed it.
niche idea. Not everybody would be.
When I do
for
stuff
that.
like that, like on a whim, it's because I need it.
Yeah, he's an awesome. He's actually a cybersecurity manager for one of the largest like cybersecurity firms in the world.
What kind
which
of
is awesome.
dogs?
I'm
And let
very
me tell
proud of
you,
it.
I love my kids.
But people
they're a
like that do
handful.
need to let loose.
That's definitely what I
Yeah,
imagine,
he-
especially
he-
if you have
he
to
tells me
like
stories,
manage
and
them
I'm like,
all
"Dude,
the
that's
time.
insane."
Like it's nice that I
Like,
can leave my house
Like,
and
how
I
are
can't
you
take
still
them,
seeing
my dogs everywhere with me.
Have you ever
We have 2
looked at
rescues,
one of those
and
like
they're
world
both border
attack
collie
maps
mixes.
that
Usually I have a doggy
keep
camera,
track of
but they're
all
not
the
in here
different
with me
cyber
today.
attacks going on across the world at any given moment?
Yeah, he sends them to me pretty often.
That's scary. And every time I look at those, I'm like, the internet is a mistake, and we need to get rid of it.
Yeah, you know what's crazy too is going back to a previous topic. Their company is so reactive, it's insane. Obviously they for their clients they like help them with
Man, we had some crazy topics whenever we
phishing
first
attacks
started
to get
about
their
the
people
internet
trained
and
up and
about
whatnot,
like
but,
people like being
there's
canceled
always
but
gonna
not
be
really being able to
a
be
way
canceled
in,
because the internet
and, like,
footprint is
he
insane.
makes so much money.
It's
but
been an
also
entertaining
spends
morning talking
so
to these
much
guys.
of his time that it's like, you have to wait for something to happen. And the most recent one that happened, without divulging too much information, it like cost the company billions of dollars, and every single person on their network had to get an email out because they got all of their information stolen, like every
No.
bit of it. And it's like there was nothing they can do. It's like it's just it was a physical hardware attack where like the actor like switched out a hard drive or something, and the person plugged it in their computer, and they got access to the entire network. And the only way they were able to shut them out is to find out exactly what computer had that USB plugged in.
Hope you have a good day with your family, Murdoch. I
And this is
appreciate you
over
coming through and hanging
a
out with
company
me.
that
I
has
really, really do.
multiple buildings in multiple
I know this is
states, in
a
multiple
a different
countries,
setup than
in
what I
multiple places
normally
in the
do, but we've been having fun doing these live.
Like it took them like 3 months to figure it out.
Oh my god. I mean, I think at that point you just unplug every single USB drive that you can find and burn every single one of them.
Burn it
Yeah.
all.
Just
But,
just throw them all in a fire.
That is crazy.
Luckily, the information was like user data and like your name and your birthday. It wasn't like social security number or stuff like that, but it was still enough data
Thank
for them to
you.
like
Hope you have an
do
amazing day.
something.
Thank
That's
you.
right. It's
Thank you, thank
your,
you, thank you.
It's your information that you put on this server in the
And
confidence
trust
that
it,
nothing
and
can
now
happen,
you're
right?
now you're in violation of EU regulations for letting that out, and
Yeah.
he can't really explain to the EU that like, no, we protected it the best as we could, and we got broken into.
Yeah.
We literally got attacked. So, yeah, that's a nightmare.
Yeah. It happens though, more often than you think.
People are terrible.
Our continuing topic today while we're trying to spread positivity and mental health awareness.
That is probably the title of this episode. People are terrible.
People are terrible. Oh my god.
You know what though? For every terrible person, there are 10 amazing people.
I would like to believe that. I really, really would.
I think 10 maybe
I-
is a stretch. Maybe 5. But
No, I really think it's 10, right? Because think about it. What spreads faster? Positivity or negativity?
depends where you're trying to spread it. I mean, negativity definitely spreads faster on the internet than positivity, and gets
Right.
more clicks.
And like, but that's where like most people find their negativity, right? Is obviously there's negative things happening in your daily life that isn't part of the internet, but like, how often do you log on to the interwebs and see something that like breaks your heart or makes you sad, or like someone
Daily.
saying something that isn't right, or you read a bad review about yourself, or if you're a professor or your business or whatnot. There was when I worked management, I used to always tell people, give the service you'd want to receive, because for every one good review, there's 10 bad reviews. So, if you're giving multiple bad reviews, people are more likely to write that than that good review. And the same thing goes. You're more likely to complain about something on the internet than you are to say something positive.
So, you know what's funny along those lines? So the finals just shadow dropped the other day, along with the Game Awards.
Like, everybody was
And-
freaking out.
Yeah, and it's really exciting because I played the beta for a little bit and enjoyed it a lot. So I've got that re-downloaded and I'm ready to play it again at some point. But all the reviews were like, oh, they nerfed movement and everybody walks so sluggish now. And the developer literally came out and
I don't know
said,
if I've ever watched the
we
sunrise
didn't
while we've been
nerf
doing this, but
movement.
this is really
We
cool.
lowered the default FOV. Just raise it back up to 90 if you prefer, and it'll feel as fast as before. And all of a sudden, the review score on Steam shot up from like 60% to 80% overnight
Oh my
because
god.
people like were so embarrassed about the negative reviews they wrote when they should have just checked the settings menu that they, undid it for like the first time in history. It's crazy.
Communication's important, man.
Yep.
It's so
Yeah.
so incredibly important. Because it's I keep going back to retail, but like at the end of the day, everything is being sold, like everything. Even when us as streamers, like we're not the game that we are playing. People are gonna watch someone play it. There's so many people in this space playing the same exact thing. Even if you think that you're one of the only people playing it, you're not. Why are
Yeah.
people watching you? It's because of you. You're for lack of a better term, you're selling your entertainment to a group of people. I don't don't take this wrong way, Rez. I don't watch you for your raids or your cozy streams. I watch you because you engage with your chat in a way that I vibe with and I enjoy. The same thing with this podcast.
I watch her 'cause I love her.
I don't watch these hot tub gamers streams because I enjoy people sitting around in a hot tub. I watch it and I listen to it because I enjoy the conversation that is being had. It's being sold to me. So the same thing goes. It's like, hey, how are you gonna make yourself different? If you walk into a shoe store, or if a customer walks into a shoe store, congratulations, your customer's looking for shoes. Why should they buy the shoes from you?
No, and like that's honestly like a huge compliment. Like I remember when I first started streaming on Kick, like that was a poll that I put up on Twitter because I realized watching people on Kick, like I didn't watch you because of the game you were playing. I went through streams and found people that I vibed with because I wanted to surround myself with like really awesome people and like sit and hang out with people, and like so that's a really big compliment to me, honestly, because I love hanging out with my chat, and like I want people to come hang out with me because of me, not because of the game I'm playing. Especially as a variety streamer, like I want to be able to play whatever I want to play and just vibe with people and have fun. And like it was funny whenever I put that poll up, there was like maybe 2 votes that said, because I asked like, do you watch streamers because of their vibe or because of their game? And there were like 2 or 3 votes that was because of their game, and there was a couple comments underneath of it, and like it was kind of entertaining to see that opinion because like when I streamed on Twitch, that was what I thought. Like I had to play the like newest and best game, and like the first game I wanted to play was Cyberpunk because it was coming out and I was like super excited about it. And then somebody was like, "Oh, don't stream that because there's a lot of like lewd stuff in it and like you shouldn't do that." So I didn't, and then I got really discouraged streaming on Twitch because it felt like I wouldn't be able to keep up because I didn't want to play the FPS games everybody loved watching.
Nowadays, you could
Yeah.
totally stream Cyberpunk on Twitch and definitely not get in trouble for it.
Nope. It's great.
Well, kind of like that when Hogwarts Legacy first came out, because of how crappy my console was, everybody else got to play it before I did, and it made me not want to play it anymore.
Yeah.
Like I still haven't beat that game.
I also haven't beat that game,
I
but it's
haven't
because I won't
either.
beat it. I won't progress until Sam progresses.
It's a beautiful
And I'm so
game.
discouraged. I'm so discouraged to play it because like it's not. When I got it, it wasn't new anymore.
Yeah, that's the only exception to that rule, I feel. The only time that I feel like people come to your stream to watch the game specifically is when the game is brand new. I know for a fact that I did that. Like, I don't typically watch streams first thing in the morning, but when the new Fortnite stuff came out, I immediately logged on and watched Tim the Tatman play it because I wanted to see what the game was about, but I couldn't get on to play the game yet because I was doing something else. So it's like, I want to see what it's about. Is it worth the hype? So that I feel like that's the only exclusion. But even then, there's a caveat to that because I chose to watch Tim the Tatman play it because I enjoy his stream.
Yep. And like you're not gonna discover necessarily somebody new that's a small streamer playing a game that all these people are playing at the same time because it's the first day. Like your discoverability disappears with all that.
Right, and
Unless
then
you're the type of person who specifically tries to find someone like that, like how I did the other day when I put that guy in your chat. I was
Oh,
like,
oh
let's
my
go
God,
hang out with
yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Like I there's days where I specifically like set I'll type a game in and I set it to lowest view count and I just go through until I find someone I vibe with and I just hang out with them the entire night.
Oh, that was
There's like a
awesome.
game that's like old, like for example, like The Sims 2. If I were to go on like Twitch or Kick and look, there aren't that many people streaming that
Mhm.
anymore. So if I wanted to find somebody new, that's where I would go.
You know what I always try to find, because I do some variety streaming myself, but I try to find games that have not so many people watching at the moment, but a surprising number of people following it.
Good morning, Troll.
Yeah, I
How
noticed it
are
too.
you? It's nice
So
to see
that
you,
they
dude.
can,
I
maybe
hope you're having
get
a really
a
lovely
notification
Sunday.
of, oh, hey,
We're
so and so.
we're just hanging out in the hot tub in Palia,
is
recording
streaming Castle
our
Crashers
episode
or
3 of our
Braid or
podcast. So
whatever
welcome
I,
it.
choose to
Excuse
play
me.
on a particular day. So people will show up and be like, "Oh my God, somebody's actually playing this game!
We sit, we
Hi,
hang
nice
out,
to
we
meet
talk
you."
some
And I'm like,
nerd
"Hey, how's
life,
it
we
going?"
talk some
So
games, and we're trying to
yeah,
spread positivity and mental health
I like
awareness.
finding
So
those
I appreciate you
niche
coming
games
through.
that are a little bit older, or more indie, a little more unknown, whatnot, that could use a boost. Whether they're brand new or they came out, years ago. I mean, I have over 400 games in my Steam library, so I've got plenty to
You
play.
have a
I
problem,
love
sir?
finding new games to play.
And I have been on Steam practically since day one,
Holy shit.
back
You
in
know
like
what's-
2004.
You know what's an interesting thing to think about too, though, is like going back to the mental health aspect of this. You probably, when you do stuff like that, you are probably making someone's day 1,000 times better because
Exactly.
they might have followed that and forgot that game existed, and like
Mhm.
no one's playing it, and then they get notified like, oh, Plaid Baron's playing Castle Crashers or Maple Story or something like that.
Oh
It's
my
like,
God, I
well,
haven't played Maple Story
oh
since
my
college,
God.
but I've been thinking about it a lot.
It's so cute.
You guys have another topic that's coming up soon that we're gonna go back to Maple Story, but it's like you can make someone's day so much better by just showing someone that what they think is fun,
Yep.
and that someone else cares about that or someone else enjoys that. So it's like, back to the for every bad person there's 10 good people. Define good. Doing that is good. And, if you bring people into your community and or find a way to bring people into your community and make them feel at home, congratulations, you're a good person.
And here's 4 of us sitting in a hot tub talking about that. So we're 4 of the 10.
Yeah, look at that, 4 of the 10 right here.
That's pretty impressive, actually.
And then
I like
and then
that.
your chat, that both of you. I mean, there's 5 more people in Rose's chat because everyone that watches her is amazing. And then I don't have your stream pulled up right now. I gotta do that.
I've only
I
got
would-
2. And
I'm one of them.
Then
I got you up.
then there's the people in your chat that are amazing too. And then I like to think that people who come in and watch my streams are amazing. So I can think of at least 30 people off the top of my head right now who are absolutely amazing. And and if I think about people who just absolutely I cannot stand because they are, not great people, I can think of maybe 2.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's be the statistic that you want to explode.
No, and surround yourself with that. And like, it's the same thing on Twitter, I feel like, too. It was weird to sign on to Twitter every now and then and see people talking about drama. And I'm like, what drama are you talking about? Like, it would just be like a handful of people, like, oh, I can't believe this is going on. And like,
People
but-
find issues with everything.
they
though.
do. And then,
It's
like,
an echo chamber.
if you're not involved in it, though, like, you don't see it. Like, I don't see any of it. I see somebody saying that there's drama going on, but I don't see the drama going on because I don't follow all those other people that started the drama.
They
and
take everything
it's
so
crazy.
seriously
They do.
nowadays.
They definitely do. But I love that, like, I can basically sign on to all my socials and it's all positive and it's all love and yeah, like,
I've had to
feel like-
unfollow a lot of people. So I'm a huge Sea of Thieves player, and so Sea of Thieves just came out with a new feature called Safer Seas, which eliminates the PvP aspect of the game entirely because it's just you and your friends on a boat and you can go do world events and gather treasure and such. So it's meant as a way to teach new players how to play the game, or for experienced players to just vibe out and not worry about
Mr.
toxic pirates.
Reinhardt, welcome in. How are
on
you
the
doing?
seas ruining
It's
their
going
day
good.
for
We're
them.
having a good Sunday morning
think it's a
vibing in the
great
hot
feature.
tub. I got
But
some
the
reindeer ears
community
on to
has
be a
been
little festive.
so like there has been like
How
from
are you
the
doing?
PvP crowd there has been a lot of backlash against it, but it
Crazy,
is
it's Sunday.
mostly
Currently at the
the
gym with my
PvP crowd
client.
that likes to just find fresh spawn
Are you a
ships
trainer,
and go
Master
after them
Reinhardt?
and sink them and
I'm glad
then
to hear you're
act
doing
like
good.
dicks as
Sounds
you
like
know.
Rust.
Yeah, a little bit. It is pretty similar to that. So now all of a sudden, whoever's left on the PvP servers has to actually watch out for themselves and put in effort, and they don't
Nope,
like
I
that.
work with
No.
developmentally
And I'm like, I
disabled
don't feel
adults.
sorry for you.
Oh, holy crap.
Yeah, you know
Dude,
what's,
that's really
what's
awesome
crazy
that you
thing
do
about
that.
though,
Thank you
right?
for
And
doing
even
that.
though I try to be as positive as I possibly can, you know, I
Have you been doing
I'm
that for a long
statistic
time?
Myself. Like, you know, I what's the word I'm looking for here? When the recent COD update came out and the game was broken, I immediately tweeted Activision. I will admit to that. Like I'm the person that if I pay for something like that and an update comes and it's broken, it's completely shutting down and whatnot, I'm gonna complain. But at the same time, I try to do it respectfully. So it's like, you know, but I didn't complain about like, oh, this new thing you tried is bad. Like it was actual
Almost a
game
year.
breaking stuff.
It's
Like,
why I'm
things
going
weren't
back to school.
tracking,
Human
game was shutting down, I
services.
lost my
Well, that's
stuff,
super awesome.
stuff
I
like
feel
that.
like that's a
It's
very
like-
special
but,
thing
like,
to
so
do,
many
and like
people, like,
that's really
are
awesome
like,
that you're
"Oh, this is
helping
new, I hate
people
it."
like that.
Yeah.
Is the school
They're like, I don't
long?
want new. I want old repackaged.
Yeah, but like,
Or is it
the-
only like a
the
couple
same thing
years
goes
that you have
with,
to go
like-
back to
Newer
school for
Yeah, the
that?
same thing
With
goes
with
like,
newer look, but the same exact thing.
The same thing goes with your game, Sea of Thieves, and for me it's Rust. It's like when I log on to Rust, I know for a fact what I'm getting myself into. I know that it is, regardless of what the polls say, it is the most toxic game ever created, and that is why it was created. The developers knew exactly what they were doing when they created that by giving everyone free reign to do whatever they wanted, because they knew that people were going to go back to their root ways and just be terrible people. And that's exactly what it is. When you log on to that, if you're
I didn't
a
know
naked
that
and have
Rust
nothing,
was
and you see someone with a
toxic.
full kit,
I have
like
never
guns,
seen
heavy ammo,
a toxic stream
heavy
on
armor and whatnot,
Rust,
they're going to
but
kill you. 100%
I am
of
totally
the
oblivious,
time,
I guess.
You're going to die.
Yeah,
for the sole
online.
reason
I'm
of
going
because you
part-time.
don't have that save
Nice.
stuff.
I hope that that
And
goes really
if,
well
oh,
for
you
you,
just built a
Reinhardt.
brand
That
new
sounds
base and
really
you don't have
awesome.
anything, you're being rocket rated. Why?
That's nice that you can do that
Because the-
online, so you can still be an adult and do all the
and
things you
it-
need
it's
to
just-
do,
it's just
and
how it
then
is.
do that
community
online.
is toxic.
Hmm.
And that's kind of the reason why I log into it, because it's like, okay,
'Cause
I
you're
have I have positivity everywhere else. I want this toxic game
You
because
need
it's
your
actually
dose
fun
of
to destroy
toxicity.
these people.
Need
Yeah,
to balance it
God.
out, you know? Because
That's fun.
if you just like overdo the positivity, then you're gonna be like a balloon. You're gonna explode at some point. You gotta let some air out once
It's
in a
the
while.
cup theory. It's the cup theory all over again.
Yeah, you can
the middle
you can have
way.
Sam, me and my buddy Josh get on Rust, and we both literally say, "Well, time to complain about our lives for the next 45 minutes until we get off and play something else."
Well, to go back to when we first started dating, literally the first night I slept over here, and then the next day you're like, "Can I get on Rust?" I'm like, "I don't give a shit." I used to sit between his legs on the floor and watch him play this game, and he's fucking cursing these people outside. He's like, "They're offlining us! Oh my fucking god!" And I'm like, "I don't know what that means, but I'm sorry to hear that."
Oh my god.
You're like, what did I get myself into?
I know when I play that game, it's gonna make me mad, and I'm gonna get furious. I'm gonna get pissed off, but I play it anyway.
It's so funny. Okay, so I have watched.
That's like Destiny for me.
Oh man, I've watched Hempidemic and Grislow gaming play Rust, and I have never seen the toxicity. It's funny to listen to you say all this, and like I totally believe it now, especially like how you explained it. But like watching them play, I've never seen them rage or be around toxicity in that game, so I'm a little
Also
shocked.
depends on the server as well.
Yeah, it depends on the server,
Oh.
but I can assure you, So what Grislow does very well, and I love Grislow. He's actually
Grislow's amazing.
He is like one of my favorite streamers, and it's really interesting because he is so positive in his streams, right? He's always so loving and caring and
He is.
just so welcoming and whatnot. And then he posts on Twitter about how like with DayZ is the game you're thinking of that he was playing. How like the people he was playing with were toxic and how there was drama and whatnot. And like you don't see that in his stream because
No.
he completely blocks it out, and then he tweets about it. And I'm like, where was this? I didn't see this. And like I think it was like for the first time he was streaming the other day, and like I think something got to him because he ended stream on it. And I messaged him. I was like, "Hey man, what's going on?" And then the next day it was like nothing ever happened. Him and I played the Modern Warfare Zombies yesterday. And it was like the toxicity never happened. He is so good at compartmentalizing that stuff.
Yeah.
And like just moving on, just keep going, and he powers through it. And like I love it. It's like he has, from what he has said and what the tweets I've seen him tweet, he has every reason in the world for most people just to quit streaming entirely, and just like do something else. But he is consistent, and he like tries so hard to create this community, and he's succeeding.
Yeah.
And I feel like I actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I have to tell him this because he created, and if he's watching, awesome. But he created this community, and even though there are some bad seeds in the community, and he's finding that out, and he's kind of like, you know, harvesting them out and moving them elsewhere. He has created a community where like you and I are talking about him in such a positive light, and I'm sure that happens so many other ways. So again, it brings it back. For every 2 people talking bad, how many people are talking good about you?
Yeah. Yep. No, Grizzle's one of my favorites too. And like, he's always so happy, always so positive, and he always wants to make sure that you're doing good too and make you feel comfortable and safe on his stream and in his community. And it's funny, I was actually just sitting here, I'm like, I need to clip this and send this to him because I feel like sometimes he needs to hear that because I don't think he hears it enough, you know?
I don't
Yeah,
think anybody hears those kinds
No.
of things enough. Like,
No.
Like I genuinely enjoy hanging out with him.
Yeah. Yep. And his community. Like even like sitting in his chat, like if he's paying attention to his game and he can't look over for a second, his chat is talking to you and making sure you feel comfortable in there as well, just like he does. And I love that.
100%. The only thing that like, and I think that's, you know, because I'm the same way. So I see this when he gets, and I think this might be why people are like sometimes towards him. It's because when he's focused, he gets very blunt and to the point and answers really quickly.
Yeah.
And answers specifically. And I think some people just want to be, especially some chatters, and this isn't me saying anything bad about people who hang out in the community, but if you don't stream, you don't know like how hard it is to look away from what you're doing constantly and answer that chat real quick and try to be as, you know, interactive as you possibly can. But for us, it does get a little difficult when we're surrounded by hordes of zombies we're trying to kill, so we don't lose all of our gear.
That I can
Like
really do.
we so he does come off a little dry sometimes, but it's not because he doesn't care. It's because he's trying to make the best possible content that he can. So it's like and I think that's where some of his, you know, naysayers come in at. But to have a naysayer is kind of a good thing,
Yeah.
right? It
Yeah.
means,
It's like,
you're-
Ma, I made it.
Yeah, it's like if you don't upset someone, are you actually doing what you want to do?
Yeah. Yep, especially on the internet, just like, well, everything that we've been talking about. But I mean, that's why I struggled. Like, I don't know, I didn't want to always stream my raid nights, and I have a really hard time talking to my chat. And I've implemented so many things to try to help people understand they got to be patient with me on those nights, and it has helped me. Like, I've seen like my viewership kind of go up because I have these things that ask people to kind of like, hey, give me a second. I would love to talk to you, but just like give me a second. And like Botrix automatically does that for me. But that's always a worry for me that like I'm gonna piss people off or I'm gonna bother people or people are just gonna leave because I can't look over and chat right away. Because I love chatting, I love getting to know people. But yeah, that's one of those things that like I love to raid, and I want to share that with my community, and I'm glad that I have a space for it now. But it took me God, I've been raiding for years and I've been streaming for years, and it just took me until this year to figure that out. And it makes me more comfortable, and it also seems to like allow chat to understand that they gotta have a little patience with me to look over and respond.
Yeah, 100%. And like, it's a balancing act,
Mhm.
and I love it. Like, I think it's so much fun. And I'll be honest with you, this might be a very interesting way of looking at it, but I almost enjoy. I wouldn't say enjoy. I get intrigued by watching my numbers plummet just as much as I like watching them go up, because it shows me because I like looking at things as an analytical sense, right? Like, it shows
He's
me,
a numbers
I
person.
did this, don't do it. This was bad. And then I change it, and then the numbers go up again. It's like,
Yep.
okay, so I'll do this. So, like, as much as I don't like streaming to one person, there's a reason for it, and I like finding out that reason.
Yeah, no, it's telling you something, and it shouldn't always be about the numbers, but that does help you kind of adjust your brand, adjust what you do, adjust maybe how you interact with your community, or like what have you. But it does help whenever you look at it. All right, can I reel us back into topic number 2?
Yeah.
Topic number 2, but we're already an hour and a half in.
We are, and today's
I
my
almost-
what? You almost what?
Well, I almost feel like I would personally, since we're talking both about positivity but also terrible people, I almost wonder if it's worth talking about the bonus topic more than just the general the same topics as every week. Because so for the bonus topic this week, we'd like to take a little bit of a look at the Game Awards, and in particular how little they care about video games.
Yeah.
It's all about the companies. Oh my god. It's up to you guys what we want to do. We try to keep this to 2 hours to like respect your time, and then also not be here all morning.
And also because I only have a week to edit these
and
down,
today's my
so-
anniversary.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
happy
so we need
anniversary.
to... Happy anniversary.
Thank you. It's our dating anniversary. Our wedding anniversary is in April, but we celebrate this. Yeah.
What
and
day
we-
in April?
What day in April? The 17th.
That's the day after my uncle's birthday.
Oh, that's funny.
I was hoping you would say the 9th, because that's my birthday.
Oh, you're an April person too. Cool. But yeah, so I probably have a little over 20 plus minutes to hang out and stay here, but I would like to wrap up reasonably. So it's up to you guys
Yeah,
if you want to go through the other 3 topics, or if we want to do gaming awards or what. But I've really thoroughly been enjoying what we've been talking about, which is why I haven't reeled us in more than I have.
I'm under the opinion of, if it's not broken, don't fix it. So if we want to talk about the Game Awards, because I definitely have, I think that is a very interesting topic. And while the other topics were interesting, I actually got really excited when you put the bonus topic in.
Nice. I'm gonna run to the restroom really, really fast. I'm sorry. Just give me a second. I drank way
Okay.
too much water.
Yep, that's good though.
You have.
I will be right back,
All
guys.
right.
I apologize.
So, we're going to talk about the Game Awards here, and in particular, we are going to talk about how more time, more focus was given to Hollywood celebrities and advertisers and sponsors rather than to games that the awards themselves. So in particular, if you look at Indie of the Year, which Sea of Stars won that, it's a gorgeous game, and Kiwi just glossed over it, and he's like, and the award for Indie of the Year goes to Sea of Stars. Congratulations, guys! And the award for whatever came next, completely glossed over it. Baldur's Gate 3, which basically swept the entire show, wins Game of the Year. The team goes up to accept the award, and they're talking about the crew who sadly passed away during development, and a big sign comes up on stage that says, "Please wrap it up," because Christopher Guest, what's his last name? But who plays Kratos in this thing? Christopher Judge. Because Christopher Judge last year gave an 8-minute speech to accept Best Performance Award. They, speeding up everybody's acceptance speeches, and even he made a joke about that this year about how his speech was still longer than Call of Duty. Yeah, that was kind of funny, but kind of a dick thing to say as well. Yeah, it's like, dude, you don't make games, you dance, okay? Like, so absolutely, as far as I can tell, zero respect given to game developers and games. And when you think about the shit that game developers have to go through every day, we have, goblin communities, people filing negative reviews as bug reports. Say we're not given bonuses by our publishers unless we hit Metacritic 85 or higher. And then, for our awards nights to just gloss over us in exchange for, like, Mountain Dew, essentially. It bothers me. It bothers me a lot how a guy like Jeff Keighley, who's been involved in the games industry for ages and is well respected in the games industry as a leading media figure, could, make the executive decision to limit, any developer presence to, I think it was 3 minutes, or maybe 20 minutes out of a 3-hour event that's supposed to be dedicated to games. Just really strange to me.
I have zero background in game development or graphic design or anything like that besides like my own doing. So as far as the developer goes, I have no idea what goes into your guys' daily life to create a game. I couldn't fathom making an entire game that lasted 10 seconds, let alone 3 hours. With that said, I am not oblivious to the fact that people are going to complain and bitch about stuff because, they spent money on it. To a degree, I agree with that notion because, you're telling me, you're at the end of the day, if you're going to offer a service, right, and you're going to say, we're going to provide you this,
on and I walked away.
and you're going to pay for this, and you don't supply me with that exact thing that I'm paying for, you were dishonest to me. What was it be? The reason behind it to a consumer doesn't matter. Look what happened with Cyberpunk, right? When that game came out, CD Projekt Red. That was a dumpster fire. That game was like it was garbage to say the least. It had so many bugs, so many issues, so many problems that why'd you even
Still
release
a really pretty game though.
But look what it got sent for this year. Like the DLC is amazing. People are ranting and raving about it. The game score right now is the best it's ever been. Why didn't you release this at launch? And the reason why, and I don't think it comes down to the developer. I think it comes down to, and again, this is the outside point of view. It comes down to the marketing, and it comes down to the people who are who are making the money off it, the shareholders. It's, they knew that people were hyped about it, they were going to buy it. And the same thing happened at the game show. Why spend that much time talking about the developers when you can talk about the next one, or you can talk about the new game that group is coming out with, or, oh, people know this name, let's have them talk on stage for 15 minutes or whatever. So, you're right, the developers don't get the time of day, and it's strategic in my opinion from a marketing standpoint.
It's all about money.
Yeah,
I mean, at the end of the day, nobody knows. Okay, so so Alana Pierce, who is another media streamer type, she was saying in her YouTube video yesterday that Reggie Fils-Aimé was sitting right in front of her at the Game Awards, and he used to be president of Nintendo. Now, he is he would be a much bigger and decently well recognized presence if he were to come out and give Game of the Year. But they got Timothy Chalamet instead because Hollywood actor.
What the fuck?
Uh,
What?
yeah.
Wait, what?
Oh my god. I missed all that because I was rating, but
I was
yeah.
when I started gaming, I muted it.
Oh my
It's,
god,
you
that's
know,
insane.
It's I actually I made a tweet about this, and I had a large conversation with a friend of mine who is in the video game world the other day. um game game companies, not the developers, because I would like to think the developers really do care about the quality of the game they're putting out, but Activision or Blizzard or Bungie or Ubisoft, with the exception of Mark, they only care about the metrics and the shareholder value.
The bottom
look
line.
At modern, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at Modern Warfare, for example, right? This game is amazing. I love it personally. I think it's great, except for the fact of they are forcing you to be in the game longer. They want you to grind more. They want you to do more. They're making things harder to achieve. If there's a bug, it takes a little bit to fix it. The developers aren't, again, this is from my perspective, the developers aren't told to fix the game-breaking bugs as quickly as they are told to fix the XP patches. Like, you can have a bug where you're falling through the ground at a certain spawn, and then there's a bug where more XP is being given. Which is going to be fixed
Well,
first?
I could tell you exactly what's going on there is that and they're not the only instance of this even historically, but the QA teams are basically being pushed aside in exchange for what's going to bring in the most revenue the most quickly, and game breaking bugs are not generally the issue that prevents people from spending money in a game, oddly enough. So you can have the QA team jumping and screaming for ages about, like, hey, we have this bug in here and we got to get this fixed up, and they are told, go screw, you don't know what you're talking about, you don't know how to make a game, you're 16, 20 years old, nobody cares what you have to say. And you have studios basically laying off their entire QA teams lately, thinking, oh, we don't need them, we can, like, at this point we can, like, run QA through AI or whatever, or
Yeah.
we just we'll just run playtest groups once in a while. And it's really not the same as having somebody for hours every single day scrutinizing every single system and how those systems interact with all the other systems in your game. And they are really like your frontline players who will be able to understand every single nuance and meaning behind every design choice in your game and make sure that it's actually fun to play. And they're given absolutely no respect in the industry. It is sad to see.
Yeah, it is quite unfortunate. But to the same point, it's like, it's not just the game-breaking bugs that I'm referring to. It's the fact of, like, the new armory system in COD, right? Like, oh, you just spent all this time unlocking the gun. Well, now you got to complete daily challenges to unlock this attachment.
Or you
use
have
it.
to finish another gun.
Or you have to finish another gun to get that attachment to use on this gun. It's like, it's always reasons to get you to continue playing it. And then, like, there's other games out there that's like, oh, you want to play this solo? It's too hard. You're gonna need someone to play with you. And it's to boost the amount of people playing it and the amount of time that's being spent.
Time and money.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's sort of a gotcha technique. Like, I remember back when I played
Destiny's king of it.
Destiny does it a lot.
Yeah.
Japanese mobile games do it a lot. So like I used to play Mega Man X Dive before the offline version came out, and so they would do this thing in the story where it's like you would play through, a chapter of the story, and then in order to progress, you have to go back and play previous chapters on hard mode and finish those up, and then you could continue the story in normal mode, and then you'd have to go back and do hard mode. And, like, on the one hand, I definitely respect it. That's one way to like get better at the game. But then on the other hand, it's like, yeah, but I just want to keep playing and
Yeah.
play through. And you're putting up sort of artificial roadblocks that don't necessarily need to be there.
Yeah, no, I agree, but you know, back to the Game Awards, it's like if you're not a game developer and you have a platform, you know, who was it, Action Man the other day said all that crap and like his absolute hate, and his response was, "I have a platform, you don't."
Oh, I saw that.
He had a point. He does have a platform, and I don't. So why use your platform for hate? And the same thing goes. The same thing goes for the guy who voices Kratos when he said that thing about COD. Why? Like what? Like I as a community.
Why are you up there throwing shade?
Right,
Christopher
like
Judge?
as a community, we understand that the campaign mode this year sucked.
Right.
It was too short. It was not immersive. Like from a player, I haven't even beaten it yet because I just don't care, and I'm mostly a campaign player. But why use your platform to say something that everyone already knows? Was it for clout? Because now you're getting more hate, but at the same time, negative talk is still someone talking about you.
Yeah.
It's you know.
It did kind of feel like all the Hollywood celebrities who got up there this year were just chasing clout. You got
Yeah,
Christopher
exactly.
Judge throwing shade at Call of Duty. You got Simu Liu being like, "I used to play StarCraft, guys. Look at my broken foot." And then you've got Timothy Chalamet being like, "I made money on Twitch by painting Xbox controllers. What's up?"
God, that's
Like,
so
there
crazy.
That's funny.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's totally crazy to like hear that. I didn't get to watch it because I was raiding, but like I just assumed that it was an awards show. I didn't realize that they were announcing a bunch of things. Like started getting messages about like DLC and new games coming out and all this stuff, and like it was a really weird experience while I was raiding because I was just waiting to hear who won best of everything or who was game of the year and not all this stuff. And now listening to you guys talk about these celebrities being up there, like I wouldn't have expected that. Like that's, I
they
don't know.
really need to split
They need to reel it
the
back
show
in.
up. Yeah, they need to split the show up into the Winter Games Fest for all the game announcements, and then run the Game Awards like an award show,
Yeah.
and keep it to relevant people, even if they're, less recognizable.
Right. And I get that they probably want to pull people in that aren't just gamers, aren't just nerds, and whatever you want to label that as, which I'm very proud to be all of that. But that's just too far, I think. Like, why not have somebody that is actually involved with that? Like you said, the Nintendo guy that was sitting there in the audience, like he could have
Yeah.
easily been up there and like people could have been hyped about that, and somebody that didn't know who he was could have been like, oh my god, who is that? And then starting to learn more about video games and the companies that run them instead
Right.
of
There
Timothy.
are a lot of people from the games industry that people will recognize. Hideo Kojima, for one, is always on stage because he's good friends with Jeff Keighley, so he always has like a VIP invitation. Reggie Fils-Aimé attends every year.
You were
You've
saying these
got-
names so well, by the way.
Oh, I mean, because I know half of them. So, like, and or at the very least, I have to know how to pronounce their names just for my job. But
I would butcher them.
um, but there are, or like Yves Guillemot from Ubisoft, or you name it. There are, semi-celebrities. They're not the biggest celebrities on the planet, but there are semi-celebrities in games that could come up on stage. But the sponsors probably force them to be like, nope, you need actors, so find Hollywood actors that you can bring on stage. So instead of anybody actually involved in game development being on stage, they find celebrities who happen to, have played StarCraft or, done a voice in a game previously, rather than like Mike Chapman from Rare or Reggie or Shigeru Miyamoto or anybody, recognizable from the games industry that the gamers would love to see coming on stage and presenting these awards. And
My bad.
and to me, it's like, you guys already have your times to shine. You have the Oscars, you have the Golden Globes, you have the Emmys. Stay in your lane and let us have our night?
Yeah.
Is that so much to ask?
Well, considering like Timothy Chalamet is like an actor, he literally has his own night.
Yeah. Yep.
The
yep.
He has
Oscars.
many nights.
Is this like them trying to show boobies?
Probably.
Like they pull their card of, oh, here's a celebrity. Like we're gonna like up our viewership. Like more people are gonna watch this. Like people showing their boobs.
Mhm.
So with all this talk of actors coming up on stage, I do wanna share a caveat because I'm big on balance, right? There was one actor who came up on stage. I can't even call him an actor because he does more than that. He's a voice actor. He creates skits. He creates movies. He's a director. Jordan Peele. When he came up on stage and was talking to who was it, Hideo Kojima or whatever his name is.
Hideo?
Somebody.
Yeah, they're making they're sort of, it almost looks like they're remaking PT together.
Yeah.
But when he came up and gave that speech, you could tell that he is he's not a game developer. He never claimed to be. He
Right.
is someone who genuinely enjoys video games, and he had nothing but good to say. And it actually made me hype for the game coming out, and for the developer, and for the studio and whatnot creating it. And I think that's how it should have been handled, right? Because and at no point did he claim to be a voice actor for a game. He said, "I'm collaborating on this with this amazing group of developers." And,
Yep.
and like he gave all of the praise to them while saying, "I'm collaborating it." So yeah, there was the clout factor there, but he deserves the clout because he is an amazing person who stands up for his community, and creates amazing movies and amazing skits and has amazing rhetoric. And I actually thoroughly enjoyed when he spoke. And there was a
Ian
second
Peele is one of
that-
my favorite sketch comedy shows of all time. So
Yeah.
like, I definitely respect the man, and I respect the approach of, like, he wasn't coming out and trying to take credit for the game. He came out, he happens to be working with Hideo Kojima, who happens
Yeah.
to be good friends with Jeff Keighley. And so, that connection there, allowed those two to come out together. But then, say
Seems
again,
like a really
you look at
graceful
Christopher
way to do
Judge,
that.
he has not come out with any of the God of War development team in the last 2 years.
Yeah. The
And
other
that to me
caveat-
is a little weird. It almost feels like he's taking credit for God of War,
yes. It's
and
almost
not
like
even David Jaffe has been invited. So
he has what I like to call the frontman syndrome, where it's like you have what's a band that I could think of that doesn't necessarily have this.
Well, for my Valentine.
No, let's go with Bring Me the Horizon, right?
Okay, I thought you
I
said
don't
pull
know
it
if
from
you
my
guys
mouth.
listen to them, but they're a pretty big
Sam.
UK heavy metal band, and
Yeah.
everybody knows their lead vocalist Ali Sykes. Nobody knows anyone else from the band by name.
Ice Nine Kills, Spencer
Or
Charnas.
Ice Nine Kills, Spencer Charnas. He's a big horror metal vocalist.
He's the one that's in everything,
yeah,
not the whole
it's
band.
it's like, you have a whole group of people behind you, but everyone only knows this one face because they're the vocalist or they're the the hottest one in the band,
Or the
right?
pretty-
And it's the same thing that's happening with Kratos. It's like, oh, everyone knows this iconic voice, so that must mean that I'm the most important person. And I think that's maybe that's not what maybe that's not the case, but that's what was portrayed to me, at least, by him coming up there and being like, oh, this is who I am.
yeah, a little bit. And then meanwhile, conversely, I don't know if you saw Poets of the Falls performance.
I did not.
Okay, well, you probably saw them as Old Gods of Asgard up there,
Probably.
playing their song from Alan Wake 2. And they put on this whole theatrical performance with it, and it was fantastic.
I think I watched that.
And then toward the end
really
of
sad
it,
I
Sam
missed it.
Lake, the designer of Alan Wake and Quantum, oh my God, Quantum, I don't remember. But then also Control and Max Payne, comes up on stage and dances with them as well. And Poets of the Fall is this incredible like Finnish rock band that I've mentioned on the podcast before. I've been a huge fan of them since college, but they never tour America. So it was exciting to see them come up, and really exciting to see Sam Lake like sneak his way into that dance number as well, because he probably got the most time on stage of any lead game designer for the entire night.
And he was just dancing.
And he was just dancing. It's really weird to think about how like the Game Awards just doesn't respect the art form that it's supposed to be.
Or it doesn't honor the
acknowledging.
right side of it all.
Yeah, it's really not honoring the right side of it. It's giving a whole lot more attention to the actors who, come in for a day or a week on a game to, to record some voice, rather than the artists and programmers and sound designers and
I've spent
composers who
years.
years toiling on this
You-
art.
There is one. So I only watched bits and pieces of it. Sam watched more, so maybe there's more than just this one. But there's only one instance where I could think of a game developer or an owner of a whatever came up there and like talked about their game, and it actually kind of got me in the feels. Maybe because of Sam's situation with her dad.
The guy about the dad.
But the guy who came up and was talking about the game that they created, that his dad unfortunately passed away, so this game is like a in honor of him, and it looks really good. It's like
Aw.
almost like Spyro-esque, but it's like, you could tell the guy really wanted to go into like African culture because of his heritage and whatnot. And the game looks really good, and the story from even the trailer looks really good. But they gave him the time to talk about his story, talk about how the game came to be, talk about his unfortunate passing of his father, and then they showed the trailer, and it was a full-length trailer. And I can't remember the name of the game, and I feel bad for it, but it looks really
It gives
good.
me goosebumps.
And it I was
I almost started crying.
I was really happy to see that come up there, and I'm thinking about buying the game, even though I don't typically like that style of game animation. The story behind it captured me, and I'm really contemplating picking up and playing it now, because they gave it the time it deserved. And I think that if they did more of that for more games, and didn't just put this whole topic's point of the people who are actors and stuff like that up, I think that more games would sell.
Yeah, or people would be more
hyped for it.
invested in them.
Look at these.
People what?
I'm about to buy one.
Sorry, it's just Sam was showing me outfits in
Oh.
Talia. Yeah, I think
It's okay.
more people would be,
ADHD.
I think more people will be excited for games, and the Game Awards would be back to what it needed to be. They need to take focus, and yes, they need to bring focus to developers, but maybe bring focus back to the game itself instead of the people who are voice acting as well.
Yeah.
Like why it's made
Yeah.
and what people go through to make it, and
Yeah, the
yeah,
story behind
the passion that builds it. Oh my god, my frog has now turned into a phoenix.
Ah, there we go.
Oh man, that's such a hot topic. It's funny, Scoopy. Whenever I was looking at all the tweets about like who won and like who were up for awards but didn't win any, I was kind of giggling at Spider-Man. Because what,
A
Spider-Man
little
was
bit.
up
I
for like
giggled a little
6
bit.
awards and
I
didn't win
giggled
any.
a little bit at Spider-Man, and I definitely giggled at Starfield.
Oh man, because both
I
of them
feel
were.
Definitely think
I feel really bad for
Yeah.
Bethesda. They keep
Spider-Man
biting off a
deserved a
lot
lot
more
more
than
than
they
it.
can do.
It at least deserves something instead of nothing.
Yes, Spider-Man deserved at least graphics, I would say.
Yeah, I actually think that should have won Game of the Year, and I saw a lot of people complaining that like it shouldn't have, because all they showed was the cinematics.
Hi,
and,
Mystic.
they were like, you shouldn't
How
have
are
based the
you?
Game of
It's
the
nice
Year
to
by
see
the
you,
cinematics,
dude.
and I agree.
Oh my god, I
Gameplay
love
was
that.
better,
Gift.
in my opinion. Might not have, but then again, I'm also not the type of
Shake
player
your
who's
booty.
gonna play all night, so that's not.
I
my
hope you're
type of
having a
game.
good Sunday,
Well,
dude. It's
remember,
nice to see you.
The winners
Oh,
of the
we're like-
awards are picked by the internet.
We're talking
for the
about
most
game
part.
awards
Yeah. I
think it weighted,
and all the
but,
disrespect that
I
kind of
mean,
happened
I think
to
Baldur's
game
Gate also got,
developers
like,
and more of the
90%
passion that was
of the
behind the
Game of the
games
Year
rather than
vote from
having
the
all
internet, so
these
there's no way to weight
celebrities
that
up
in
there.
anybody
We're kind of
else's
like
favor.
No,
on our last
I'm not
topic right
complaining
now
that
for
they
our
shouldn't have won
podcast
100.
today.
Like,
You know,
Hope
that
you're
game
doing
captivated
amazing. I hope you are
anyone who
too,
enjoyed
dude.
it.
I hope
Just
you've been
wasn't
having
my
a really
type of
good
game. So,
Sunday and
I'm
got
not
some fun
negating
stuff
the
planned
fact that
later.
they don't deserve their
I'm
win.
glad that you're back
I just-
streaming and congrats on
really enjoyed
1K,
fighting
dude. That's
Yeah.
I
huge.
enjoyed Spider-Man. I've
I'm
been
super
playing.
proud
I
of you and
watched him
super
play.
happy for you.
Like I would be at work and he'd start streaming. I'm like, wait for me! I can't watch.
Yep,
That
Sunday
name of that
fun
game that I
day.
was talking about, by the way,
Oh.
is from Surgent Studios. It's
I'm
called
excited
Tales
to,
of Kenzera.
This has
Oh,
been
yeah.
fun talking to them, but I'm excited to
I
wrap
might
this
have
up and
just
go do
totally
some
butchered
stuff.
The hell out of that, but I'm gonna put it in our
Oh,
little
I appreciate
chat
you
here,
too, Mistake.
on
Really,
Discord,
really I
so you
do.
guys
I'm so
can
glad
watch
I've
the
met
show if
you.
didn't. It looks really good. I would kind of urge you guys to YouTube the game show award speech, because it's really good.
Heartfelt.
It's you can tell the guy cares. And
He was more of a voice actor than
Ooh.
anything else, but because of his father passing, it was different.
That's the name of the game that you just sent us.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Tales
Yeah.
of Kinzera.
Yeah, it looks really good. It definitely has like that like hollow.
Thank you,
front
dude. I
or
hope you have a really good day,
Spyro or,
Mistake.
old
Really, really do appreciate you
Mario
coming
and stuff
through.
like that type of animation style to it. I'm not entirely sure what you consider that, but it's it looks like the story looks cool.
I remember seeing a
retro
poster
fourth gen.
for it now that I see that name. It's really colorful.
Very colorful.
Oh, man. That was a great topic.
Yeah.
Yeah. All you guys have been great.
And with that, I think we have to pretty much call it a show at this point.
We kind of do. We do like to kind of wrap things up with a group photo, if you guys don't mind indulging with us. And also, I would love to ask you guys if you have any suggestions for us, since you've been hanging out with us today and on our podcast and know what we've been doing. We would love to hear if you have any recommendations for us to kind of adjust and change things.
Did you guys say that you try to use the same topics like that list? They're the same every week.
They're not the same, so we have a list of like 8 topics that the guests can pick from, and then we let them pick. We try to let them pick 4 for us to go.
Okay. So, I don't know how you guys feel, but so I read all the topics and I think they're great. However, I think that at least conversely, like talking to you guys, I think the fact that we went off tangent so much and like talked about one specific topic but like brought in other ones, I think that like maybe having an idea of the general gist of what you want the show to be about going forward might bring in more natural conversation, and you might be able to touch topics that you didn't even think of.
Yeah.
Which is what I feel
I
like happened
definitely
today, which is really cool.
Because I really enjoyed this. This was a lot of fun, just kind of shooting the shit and just talking about, you know, to the point, the good and the bad. Like, people were shitty, but also people were really nice. And, yeah, stuff like that.
Thank you for that. I appreciate that advice and that suggestion. I really, really do. Do we...
That's
Sam, do you have
very,
anything?
very good advice. Yeah.
No.
But yeah, so we'd like to sit in those chairs over there and take a group photo.
Yes. I'm so glad that we can actually sit. Oh shit.
Oh, they changed that.
Uh-huh, they did.
Yeah.
Oh, you can sit.
Yep, like just in time for us to like, oh my god, I don't know that I could get a good picture because of my camera. Shit. Can we swap around a little bit? Yeah, let me, I would still love for the two of you to sit next to each other, but I kind of need to be close to the middle because this is super
Okay, what?
screwy. Oh my god, this is hilarious.
The two hosts can sit in the center and we'll sit on opposite ends.
I was hoping that would be... This is
Or I
really
can
hard
sit
with
where
4
Violet is.
chairs.
Yeah. I can adjust the angle of the chairs some, but then
But then it'd be really
There you
hard.
go, babe.
Running around in circles.
Okay, I'm gonna take some pictures. Oh, you stood up.
sorry.
It's
Or
okay.
should we do the thingies over there?
We could totally do the things over there. And there's 4 of those, which would be super helpful too. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna take one more shot here. You guys, I appreciate you so much for being on here with us.
This is
No way.
fun.
This is fun. These are kind of gonna be terrible and awkward because they're so crude. Like, you can't even, like, smile. Okay.
I know.
I
I can't.
can't
hold on,
even
let
see
me-
the fourth one.
I know. Let me move this to like
Yeah, I think that would work.
something like that. Yeah.
Or actually, can you put on the other side?
Oh, that's a smart idea.
Because of the quest. Oh my god, this is hilarious.
I wish you could. Can you like change it?
Like that.
Yeah. Oh my god, there we go. Perfect. Wait, no T.
Are we all pointing? Is that what we're doing?
Wait, wrong one.
I don't even know how you did
My
it.
bad.
If you hold down T, you get the emotes, and then you can.
Oh, you can change your face.
Wait, you can change your face? Oh, there you go.
I just emoted and it made the. Click on.
Where's my point? Oh, there it is.
It's so funny. All these games that have hot tubs in them have really terrible emotes and really awkward positions for things.
We're getting some options.
We are getting some options. Oh my god, I just caught Scoopy jumping and that's kind of hilarious and amazing. Well, what sucks is you can't take like the HUD off or the like UI off.
Everybody laugh at the same time. Ready?
Wait.
3, 2, 1, laugh.
Oh, I think I hit the wrong one.
I hit the wrong
Alright,
one
I'll try
too.
again.
Got it.
All right.
Oh my god, that's
3,
hilarious.
2, 1, laugh.
Oh, still hit the wrong one.
Did you laugh, Tim?
That's not me.
Oh, that's Rose. Never mind.
That's me. That is me being dumb.
Maybe not.
Wait, which one
Doesn't
is
look
it?
like Rose laughs.
Wait,
Rose
oh.
is laughing IRL.
Nope, that's not the laugh one. What is the laugh one?
Her character's just doing like a little giggle. And then
Oh,
Oh, she's
she's sitting.
I am down. Okay, I can nod my head. Why don't I have a giggle? Nope, I don't have a laugh. That's hilarious. Okay, I failed.
Well, I
this.
think we have some options now.
Okay, cool. Thank you guys for indulging with us.
Definitely killed it.
Alright, so...
This was hella fun.
Yeah,
Oh, you guys couldn't hear
enjoyed
me?
this.
No,
we couldn't
you
hear
were
at all.
muted.
I
Oh,
don't
you're
have a
talking into
laugh. I don't know why I don't have a laugh.
It's probably like in your edit menu.
Oh my
in
god,
there.
that's hilarious. Yeah. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Shall I wrap us up?
Yeah, why don't you wrap us up?
Okay. Thank you guys for tuning in. This was Gamers and Hot Tubs Talking Nerd Life, episode 3 with Mama Samurai and Scoopy Twos. You can find both of them on Kick with those names, kick.com/Mama Samurai and Scoopy Twos, respectively. And this is Kaylee, or Bad Wolf Rose, signing out.
And this is Danny, or Plaid Baron, signing out. Have a good one, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Yay! Bye,
Yay!
guys. Thank you so
Alrighty.
much.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, I hope you guys have a good Sunday, and I'm sure we will all be vibing around soon.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
I
totally.
might stream later. So.
Yay! Okay, cool. I'll make sure I come tune in.
And Sam, I know I still owe you a Paleo Pine stream. It's gonna happen.
Do it!
Yes.
Please do it,
It
because
is-
you owe me too.
Yes, I owe you both a Paleo Pine stream. It has been, oh my god, and this week is also bad. It's been just the most hectic month of my life.
Eat your latkes on stream and play Paleo Pines.
One lot. I
That could actually be really fun.
didn't celebrate
could
Hanukkah yet. Gotta get into it.
Yes, get your menorah set up.
Alright, guys, I'm gonna bounce so I can go get lunch, but I'll see
Yeah,
you guys
same.
later. Bye!
This is
Bye,
great.
guys.
Talk to you guys soon.
Thank you!
Bye.
Oh man, that was great. We had such a good time today. I appreciate you guys hanging out. I know this is a little bit of a weird kind of process, but we're here. We've been vibing, and I hope you guys have a really good Sunday. Thank you guys. All right, let's see who we can host out to. I think there's anybody. post out the Jacko Wacko. Jacko's. Well, I hope you guys